and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cerulean, and I'm going to talk about my Balisong collection. Not the biggest collection out there for sure. I started flipping 6 months ago, and 6 seems like a good number. I haven't really had the urge to get a new Balisong. I definitely have a couple of knives in my radar for sure, like a Prisma or an Arctic. I would love to have an Arctic, but for now I'm pretty comfortable with my collection. Starting off, I have a baby barfly barracuda milled version. I made a video of this Balisong very recently. Highly suggest you check it out, maybe over there. And I'm gonna go quick this time around. You can see the video if you want more details. I got a lot of stuff to go through. The barracuda. My first Balisong. Before this, I had a shitty $20 like cast metal bottle opener knife I found in my mall. I broke, but it was a catalyst to give me the indication to buy something like this, right? This is more expensive. $160, it's not too bad considering how good this thing is and the things it brings. Check the video out for more information. But it's like my more performance, my more standard Balisong, and I love this thing. It flips really good. But since it's so standard, even like considering it's a BB Barfly product, it's still like a pretty standard experience in my opinion. I don't have that much experience other than these knives, of course. But I do understand what standard means, and it just flips itself. Not really, but it's pretty easy to flip. It's just good. One of the knives I pick up the most, probably like the third or second, and I drop it on the floor all the time. Let's leave it there for now. And it's just good. It's just a good Balisong. I honestly suggest it if you want like a first time buying experience. You can get the $120 version. It's just not as expensive. That's a lot of money for first time. Maybe consider a vault, but it's still like a good buy, right? Like a second time maybe. Anyways, good one, good Balisong. If you see the videos, you'll hear me talk about other stuff and like downsides and shit like that. But for now, very good. Next one. The Squid Industries Swordfish. This one, I buy the Barracuda. A month later, I can't flip it because something breaks. Probably like hardware or something. And I'm like, oh god, I was in too deep at the time to flipping, and I was like having the time of my life. And I've already had this in my radar back then. It looks super cool. I really like the idea of it being all aluminum, and the pinless design is also cool. And I might be one of those weirdos that just runs this on full weights. I really like the momentum it gives, the flowiness it gives, and I like it like that because I already have the Barracuda. That's more like it's still like slide handle bias, but it's still more neutral, the experience, flipping experience. And I want it a bit more, something a bit more funky, I guess. And just add the whole weights, and it's a blast to flip. It's not the easiest thing. There's like drag, but that's just part of the experience, right? That's the reason I put all the weights here. I actually want to fight against the drag and go through the tricks in a fun way that actually goes smoothly, and I can do stuff. It's just good. While the Barracuda was in downtime, I actually fit this with like one or no weights, right? Because I didn't have like a contrasting Balisong, and I believe more neutral balances are just easier to control in general. And at the time I was learning, and it was stuck to the more neutral balance of the Barracuda. But now, the thing is so fun. I like to flip it a lot. It kind of just goes in your hand, and it's just cool. I did like add some mods and shit. This maybe you can notice it. One side is black, the other one is silver, to indicate. I would like to like anodize the handles, but maybe that's a project for another video. We continue. Now this one. This is the Swordfish is 175. This is 220. Similar-ish price range, but this one has something I don't think any other metal Balisong has, which is its weight. It's very light. I also made a video of this. One of my first, my first video, honestly. Check it out whenever you can, if you want. But yeah, it's probably the thing I use the most when I'm on my desk. It's just so light and so easy to flip. The neutral balance, I don't know, it just feels fun again. Keep hearing that like neutral balances lose momentum when doing like rollovers tricks and stuff. I don't have a heftier Balisong that's also neutral balanced, but I do feel that doing the tricks, you just the handles just kind of lose steam, and adding the steam back into the trick is fun, right? I find that fun. Some people might find that annoying or whatever, but I find that fun. So this is also very good to flip, and it's just very well made, man. This thing is a beast. I think also my favorite sounding Balisong. Let me see. I like its clickety and clackly clackly. And yeah, it's just very good. Highly recommend it. The Jesus Christ, the NRB ultralight. Nothing else I don't really want to say right now, so we keep going. Oh, my fourth. I'm ordering this in, but the by the time I got them, right, or paid for them, honestly. My fourth Balisong is my first titanium Balisong. I got my first experience with how grippy this stuff is. It's very nice. As you can see, it's a Tsunami clone by Bally Plus. Clones, you know, you probably have your own opinion on clones. You don't want to hear anything else from me, probably, but buy whatever you can and buy whatever you must. But I don't really regret this purchase. I mostly did it to anodize it and practice like modding. I really like how this turned out. I made a video about it. Check it out. And yeah, flipping wise, I really like the weight balance of this. It's like the closest thing to neutral, but still feels handle. I don't know how. I don't really know how to tell, but it's just good. It's good. Maybe even blade bias. Who knows? I know taking out the weights, it makes it more blade bias, but with the weights on, I have no idea what it is. It just flips good. I like its heftiness. I like the blockiness too. It's just a good flipper. I have a lot of fun with this one. It's a Glondau, so it's not the best tolerances. It has tap. I try to tune it pretty closely. I think, yeah, I have a lot of videos about this thing. And I think it's just the washers are bad. But other than that, the actual flip experience is good, and the modding experience was fun. So we keep going. And this one, my first plastic Balisong, the Flip Forge Edit Lite. I really like this thing, though there is like a learning curve due to its size. The handles are huge. The whole Balisong itself is huge. But when you learn tricks in like smaller handles and stuff like that, like you don't really move your fingers out of the way that much compared to how much you have to move them with these fucking honking ass handles. And preferences, if you don't really want to go through that, just don't buy this. Or if you want to challenge yourself, buy this, right? Something like that. It's a very good flipper. It fans really well. I don't know, the balance, I can't really tell. But just fun. It's fun to flip. I like taking it places and just flipping because I can do that. It's plastic. And the loss here, if something doesn't have a blade, then you're fine. But I don't want to risk losing my more expensive I don't want to risk losing my more expensive metal Balisongs when I have an option like this. And the Trooper, man. Very good. I've dropped it a couple of times. And it does dent, but let's see how it goes. I really like this. And finally, one of my prized possessions, really. I try to flip all my knives as often as I can. I like swapping them around, cycling them, but this is probably my first pick, and I picked this up a couple of times a day. It's just so good. The Rich by HR Carbon Fiber Edition. This thing is so cool. It looks so cool. I have the blade, the tuning fork blade here. I like the nut. I like the ring. Honestly, I would like to have a Serpent Striker one day. Comparison, right? I could have gone that instead of this, but this one, no regrets. Even though it's on the pricier side, more high end. I would say mid-range to high end. And the quality I expect from paying that much is like a good Balisong. My fucking Swordfish flips equally as good. Yeah, I don't really think there's any difference between the way they flip, and this one's like $150 more, so like the flipping action, maybe the designer doesn't really have a weight distribution you personally like. That could be a downside, but considering this has just a weight at the end and is a sandwich construction, maybe that's a thing you don't like. But I like flipping this thing a lot. It's so grippy, it's so weighty, it just flows very nicely. About to drop it too. I don't know, I love it. And I also like the ring. Feels like I'm making music, and sometimes this thing sings when I Chaplin. Dude, I don't know. This is probably my favorite Balisong to pick up. Maybe my favorite Balisong in general in my collection right now. The weight distribution is good. I think I would prefer the weight distribution on the Barracuda, but everything else about this, the carbon fiber grippiness, the tuning fork making noises and singing, and just the general weightiness of this Balisong, what just like pegs it up at the top as my favorite. And yeah, don't really have much else to say about my collection. Not the biggest collection around, but for 6 months in, it is pretty big. I don't know, maybe I would just assume people have like 2 or 3 Balisongs at most, because this hobby is expensive to start, right? Of course, you have the means, you can have however many you want, but it's just cool. I'll see what I'll do with my collection. Maybe it will grow more in 6 months. I'll make a new video, and just yeah, see you around. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment of your collection if you want. Maybe stuff you would like to get. And I don't know, just have a good time. Keep flipping, win tricks, combos. Yeah, see you around.